This is the image generated by Stable Diffusion, and then this is the one made with the Pixlr AI tool. Look at this. It's not done generating yet. As soon as it evolved, it became this. Hey guys, welcome to Crawl Unchained. Today I'm introducing a new hobby that I recently picked up, which is to create beautiful art using the new AI image generators. I was recently exposed to these things through the browser-based image editing tool that I had been using for years to create my YouTube thumbnails. That one costs money though, but then I found out about another one that we can install on our own machine for free and run everything locally. Now that really caught my attention. That one is called Stable Diffusion, and I'm gonna leave a link in my video description to a video tutorial on how to install it. The same tutorial that I followed to install it on mine. Now, the images that I've been showing were all generated by myself using Stable Diffusion as well as the Pixlr AI tool, and those represent less than 1% of the things that you can do with these tools. And I personally only scratched the surface. I keep learning more every single day, and I find ways to generate better images every time I use it. I honestly couldn't wait to share this new hobby with you guys, and I'm kind of secretly hoping that more of you will pick up on it and maybe start generating images of your own. I've already added a new channel to my Discord where people can share their best images, so feel free to join in and share your best work on the Discord. Now that being said, today I want to generate some images with you guys until I can get a few that I'm really happy with. Let's dive in. Okay, so I'm ready to start generating images here. I'm going to be generating several throughout the course of this video. I'm hoping that eventually we can get to one that I actually like. I'll give you guys 10 seconds ish to try and guess what kind of dinosaur this is, or what I wrote in the prompt to get this. Yeah, I don't know if you guys guessed, but here's the prompt I said. A beautiful stegosaur in a canyon surrounded by large rock formations. And then this segment of the prompt is just for quality. So 8K, beautiful fantasy art, high detail, high quality, backlight lighting, cinematic. So anyway, I'm kind of curious. I'm gonna generate this prompt a few more times. I want to see what we get. I want to see if Stable Diffusion can actually give me a stegosaur that looks like a stegosaur. Okay, so it's ready. It looks good. I mean, the quality, the detail, it's pretty good considering I gave it the prompt fantasy art. I'm not expecting realistic looking scales on this thing. The only thing that bugs me is, I mean, it's better than the previous one. It does look more like a stegosaur than the previous one. But you're all dinosaur fans like me, and you all know that this is not a stegosaur. All right, it's done. Once again, not too impressed by it. We're gonna move on from stegosaurs. Actually, I'm curious. I've never tried a crocodile. Let's try Sarcosuchus just for the fun of it. I really don't think we're gonna get anything that even looks remotely like a Sarco stalking a trike. I really don't think so, but let's try it. All right, I will admit I'm surprised. It's not perfect by any means, but I'm surprised. You can kind of see the beak of what would be a triceratops, and then the Sarco, it's clearly a crocodile or a crocodilian creature, but there's these legs. They look like they would be on a land creature. And obviously this is not the snout of a Sarco. This would be more along the lines of a an alligator type creature, but it's not too terrible. You know what I'm gonna do though? I'm tired of reviewing just one picture, so we're gonna up this to 4 pictures. Yeah, let's just use the same prompt, and we'll go from there. It's gonna do 4 images this time. All right, we have our 4 images, and once again, it doesn't look anything like a Sarco. It just looked like something that's trying to look like a croc. It's another fail. Has a long and narrow snout. All right, so we have something that looks way closer to an actual crocodile. It's not the snout of a Sarcosuchus. Now we're getting closer. This does look like a crocodile. Okay, we have a new image. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. Okay, once again, I'm not happy with it. All right, I think it's safe to say we're not going to get the long and narrow snout of a caiman or Sarcosuchus on anything. I feel like this AI just has not been trained to do this. It's still a good picture. It still looks like a pretty good crocodile. It just looks overfed. The image looks good. I like it. We're going to change to a different creature. Let's try something different. Let's just go with this. A realistic Deinonychus standing on the side of a river. All right. We can already tell that the AI kind of knows what a Deinonychus is way more than everything else. The amount of detail on it is just way more. Now, again, it struggles with the limbs. It struggles with the legs. It's like this leg here. It wasn't sure if it wanted it standing this way or standing this way. So it generated both. Not the best Deinonychus picture that this AI generated for me. It's done some that were way better. All right. Again, very high detail. I like it. The only thing is I think it's missing feathers. Feathered Velociraptor. Hopefully it picks up on that. All right. Here's the latest. Again, limbs completely wrong. And this one is worse than all of the others. I love the detail on it. I love, like, it's feathery. The shape, once again, almost perfect. But look at how messed up the hands are once again. I love AI image generators. I am hooked to doing these things. I can spend hours just generating images. But this is annoying. All right. I'm going to say this is probably the best one yet. Again, it's missing one hand, but again, I mean, we could pretend that it got bitten off by a croc, something bigger. I'm going to go with another one of my passions, which is fantasy stuff. I'm going to try and get the AI to create a necromancer riding an undead horse. All right, look at that. This looks really good. It's not what I said I wanted. I said undead necromancer riding an undead horse. The horse does not look dead to me. This is a very beautiful image. I love it. All right. I'm gonna be honest. I'm still not super perfectly happy with this, but it's really good. I mean, it's beautiful. I love it. It's just, I wish I would have a horse that's more skeleton than horse, and I wish the necromancer would be also like a skeletal being of some kind. So I think we're gonna change the wording a little bit. All right, once again, we're not quite there yet, but we're getting closer. I mean, the necromancer himself is a skeleton now. The image looks amazing. It's an amazing work of art. I love it. But again, it is not what I asked for. So I was messing around with the last image I made yesterday before I went to bed, and I was really looking to make the horse look more like a skeleton, and I feel like I kind of made it happen. So I modified the prompt here with things like the horse's skin is decayed and reveal most of the horse's skeleton, and then I gave this one an importance of 3, which is 300%. So I had it generate 4 images, and this one, I mean, it's already an improvement. You can tell the horse's skin is decayed. You can see some of the skeleton. It's just not an accurate skeleton. It's just bones. This one though, this one I really like. But this one is more like, this is an armor made of bones. And then this one here you can tell again, it's decayed skin, kind of like it's made out of bones. It's a magical horse, you know, just don't question it. But then, you know, there's this where there's this arm holding the reins, and then there's this arm holding a sword. They're kind of like joined at the same shoulder, which is it's kind of weird. And then this one, you can tell there's a big drop in quality, in detail, textures, stuff like that, but it's the correct vibe, just not the correct details. Anyways, I was thinking I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna send that to image. So well, I'm gonna do that. So we're gonna take that one, we're gonna use the same prompt, same everything. We'll do 2 images. Now that's interesting. This thing in the back, in this image, they just decided to turn it into a tower, which is interesting. And I like that the skeleton, the horse just really looks like an undead horse on this one. The legs are all bone, and then there's this bony armor, and then the face is all bone. I like that. Okay, so this one here, it's funny, the creature in the back became a post, what looks like an old sign, maybe. Anyway, it's interesting, it's kind of cool. The rest of the image is very similar to the original, like this one here. And then the other one, this one I like better. It's got more changes. The robes are way more tattered. You can tell that the skeleton inside here doesn't look as clean, you know. And you know what we're gonna do now? I want to try something. I want to just copy and paste this prompt into the Pixlr AI generator and see what that one comes up with. So this is where I write the prompt, and these are all images that were generated by other users. So let's copy this prompt right here, paste it here. Now what I don't like about this one is you can see here I have 2,915 tokens remaining, and it just cost me 4 tokens to generate these 4 images. Now of course 2,000 or 3,000 tokens is a lot. So I can generate a lot of images, but eventually that's going to run down to 0. Now it's a cool image. I said a staff, not a sword, but okay. The horse here, that's my favorite. I don't know what this is. This is like the horse's tail, just there's 2 tails, there's one floating. So let's download these images. Let's change fantasy art for enhance. Let's just see what happens. Oh wow, I feel like that's better than fantasy art. Holy crap, look at that. That is what I'm talking about. Wow. Wow, insane. Yeah, just changing that one setting. But I don't know, like, I don't know if Stable Diffusion would understand the word enhance as an art style, you know? That is cool. Wow. But yeah, so these might not be for everybody, so I'm gonna go back to trying and do dinosaur stuff. So, and yeah, we'll not go with fantasy art. Let's try that enhanced again. Or let's see how it handles a Megalania. It probably knows how to do... I don't know. First of all, let's try Komodo dragon. I'm curious. Let's not make it too complicated for now. I just want to know if it knows what a Komodo dragon is. Okay, guys, I feel a little bit silly. I just realized because it started generating something and I was like, why are you copying this? And then I realized I'm in the image to image tab which is not where I want to be right now. I want to be in the text to image tab. So yeah, that was a goof on my part. Look at this. It's not done generating yet. As soon as it evolved, it became this. So it's trying to take inspiration from this to do this prompt. So yeah, this is very it's hilarious is what it is. Yeah, it turned into an actual dragon. This is pretty cool, but this is like a tentacle sticking out of one of its fingers. It definitely did try to use what's here to turn it into a dragon. All right, we're back. Now, I had forgot that my text to image tab was set to a batch count of 4. So it created 4 images for us, which is nice. I mean, I had forgot. I'm happy I did. So this is the first one. I feel like this one that's not quite the face of a Komodo dragon. Not a perfect Komodo dragon face, but look at this. This is probably the best creature that we've got so far. Now this one, the face I think is accurate, but it's got an extra leg here, which makes no sense. Not a big fan of this one. And then this is also a good one, but more dragon than Komodo, I'm gonna say. Now I want to experiment. Since it didn't add a deer carcass anywhere, I want my prompt to just be deer carcass. Let's try that. A decaying deer carcass in the clearing of a dense forest. The carcass is covered in maggots. Let's see what the AI comes up with. It's got to give me something. All right, so before I show all 4 images, I've set it to that one because that one is not difficult to look at. This one looks like a living deer. He looks very weak. He looks like he's probably going to pass very soon, but this one it's easy to look at. Now, I did say it was supposed to be covered in maggots. I don't know if the AI thinks that these are maggots. They probably are. The AI did get pretty creative with all 4 of these images. Now, this one is like I said, easiest to look at. I want to give you guys a warning right now. The other ones, they're a little bit gruesome. I'm going to put a timestamp on the screen right now to the point where we're getting past those carcasses. If you want to look at the next images, it's like this quality, but you see open wounds on the carcasses and stuff. So I'm just giving you a warning. Some people, they don't have the stomach for that kind of stuff. So if you're not bothered by dead things, then you'll be fine. And like I said, the AI did get a bit creative. All of this proves to me that this AI can definitely handle deer carcasses. Now, I'm going to save that one because I kind of like it. So, we're going to try again. I'm trying again with a Komodo dragon, but this time it's not trying to feed on the carcass. It's looking at a decaying deer carcass. Okay, let's try that. This is kind of progress. This is probably the best image out of the 4. This is almost like purely an iguana. It looks good. It's a really cool lizard, but then again, there's this extra limb here that should not be there. You know what we're gonna try? We're gonna try something I haven't done yet in this video. I sent the Komodo dragon with the deer to int paint, and now we're gonna use int paint. I'm gonna mask this here, and then I'm gonna give it a prompt to be like just the face of a deer. And hopefully it's going to fix that face for us. The other settings, I want it to be original, only masked. So this is good. 65. We'll leave it at that. Actually, no. You know what? We'll go 55 to start with. Leave that at 8. So we'll just paint the... actually, I'm going to make this smaller. I don't know, because this is far away in the picture. I don't know what this is gonna look like. Something else we could try is cover the whole deer and just say deer and then see what it comes up with. I think that might actually be better. Yeah, let's try it. That's the first time I try to replace a full thing. Usually I'm gonna try and modify just one, like just the face or just the hand of something. Let's see what it does with this. Let's just say deer. That's it. Let's see what happens. Oh no, it was gonna be perfect. It's like that. The face is too long here, so it made the face of a deer with like half the length of this thing, but then it re-added this thing. It's probably gonna re-add it again, because right now it's looking good. Sometimes it looks good in the blurry state that it is right now, and then as soon as it adds all the detail back onto it, it ruins it completely. So yeah, it put that thing back on. It's like it's got a trump. It was perfect until it added the detail back onto it. So you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna give it more room to work with so that it's going to adjust proportionally and accordingly. I mean, this is I'm just trying it. Looks like this one is gonna have 2 heads. Okay, just as I expected, yes, it had 2 heads. So this is no bueno. But this one here, look at that. You can kind of tell where I masked the thing. You can kind of see the outline of where the mask used to be. But look at that. This is so much better. You know what? We're going to bring back this one. So all of that, we're going to try this one and see if we get better results in this AI tool instead. Let's try this. These look amazing, but it's missing a deer carcass. Let's try Komodo dragon and a decaying deer carcass. Then here we'll repeat the deer carcass. Hopefully now it understands there's a deer carcass somewhere in that image. Well, it doesn't like carcasses. This one's giving us the side eye. Again, the pointy ears. There's a deer in the background. I like that. Then this here, what is that? I have no idea what that is. And you know what? This Komodo dragon looks dead. So it looks to me like the Komodo dragon is the dead thing in here. The deer is alive. And then again, this looks like probably a carcass. The skin is like peeling off right now. It's like it's molting. So the AI is seriously struggling with the idea of putting a Komodo dragon next to a deer carcass. I don't know why. Let's try that here. A Komodo dragon standing next to a decaying deer carcass in a forest clearing. There are several crows in the background. Let's try that. Oh, wow. Again, it's a fail. Here it's like, what the hell is this animal? Like, this is a Komodo dragon. This is an actual Komodo dragon. What is this one here? What is this? That's not a Komodo dragon. Oh my god. Like, what is that? Is it trying to imitate a rat or something? And then this one has got the same issue as the one in Stable Diffusion. You know what? I'm kind of curious though. Like, could I do the same thing I did in Stable Diffusion with this one image? So I'm gonna. This is actually pretty cool right now. Like what I'm looking at right now. This is the image generated by Stable Diffusion, and then this is the one made with the Pixlr AI tool. It's so similar, and it's created by 2 completely different tools that don't know each other. They've never met. Let's go ahead and create a mask here for the deer. All right, we're back, and it looks like it was a success. Look at that. So that's one image. The other one is here, and it's also good. They are both pretty good. Now I prefer this other one. I prefer this one. This is really cool. So I think I'm gonna end it here, guys. I think I'm gonna consider this to be like the best image. All right, so you guys remember this image, right? We made it earlier. I'm sure you will all agree that the face of that necromancer is looking really messed up, and his rib cage could for sure use some work, and the horse would look way cooler if its eyes could glow, right? Bang! Look at that. I even made some improvements to the robes of the necromancer as well as his hand. Then I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a little bit of the horse's old face still showing here. So I took that image into Pixlr and then I fixed it by hand. Plus I played with the brightness and bloom and contrast a bit. Now I can't say whether those changes represent an improvement or not, but it's still nice to have the option to do it. All of this was done right after recording this video. I was really impressed by how good the deers looked after fixing them with the InPaint tool, so I wanted to see what else I could do with that. Now after that, I brought this image back in, which I'm sure you guys remember because we did it during the video again. Now on this one, I added the remains of what looks like an almost fully eaten rib cage. And then on this one, I added an even bigger one. Then I went ahead and added a carcass, but there was this weird looking, not sure if it's alive kind of animal in the background, so I decided to turn it into a buffalo. I know, the buffalo is way out of place. It doesn't belong in that picture, but still, you know, just the fact that I can do that is a real game changer. Being able to do this just unlocks an infinite amount of new possibilities. This made me realize that I had it all wrong at first. I had thought that the text to image tool was the real champion here, and that the InPaint tool was just a cute little side thing. But it's actually the other way around. The text to image can help you get something to get started, but then most of the time, whatever you get will need some work. The real magic happens in the image to image tool or tab, where you have access to the InPaint tool and the InPaint sketch tool, which are probably the most powerful things that Stable Diffusion has to offer. Now it's official. I am hooked. I'm only gonna get better from here, and soon I'll be making some real crazy stuff. And I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you guys. I'm even thinking about trying to earn money by starting a print-on-demand little side business. Because I won't lie, I would 100% frame this and hang it to my bedroom wall. And I'm sure there are others out there who would do the same thing. So on that, I will end the video here, but expect some more Stable Diffusion videos in the near future, in between my Path of Titans videos, of course. So leave your thoughts in the comments. You guys take care, and I will see you all soon. Bye bye.